Okay, the following is your playlist to your review to help you work through some of the problems. It's going to be a mixture of things, so you'll see me and another teacher kind of explaining some other problems. The numbers might be off a little bit, but that's okay. And I have already put some of the notes up here and some highlighted some things that you need to make sure you have, sorry, that you have copied down and that you study. So things to remember for the first section of a Pythagorean theorem. Make sure you know the hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle. Your legs are always perpendicular. They make the box. Just in case they ask to determine obtuse and acute, that's that rule we have up here. The hypotenuse, the biggest number squared, if it makes a right triangle, if it makes a triangle, excuse me, c squared is always greater than a squared plus b squared. So on our first set of problems, I'm probably going to just do the left side and we will check the right side in class. So here, they want you to find the value of x using Pythagorean theorem. Remember, opposite the right angle is always the hypotenuse, which represents your c. And so that lets me know that the 9 and the x are my a and b. So we're just going to start off with the formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Plug in the parts to the formula. A is the 9, so we're going to do 9 squared. B is the x, so we put that x squared. And c is the 15, so we make that 15 squared. Use a calculator or your mental math, that wonderful brain of yours. Go ahead and get that 81 plus x squared equals 225. So we're solving for x. So yes, we're going to have to subtract, get that x squared by itself. 81 from both sides. Cancels out on the left side. We get x squared equals 225 minus 81. Leaves me with 144. But we still got to get the x, so from here we take the square root. Square root of 144 is a 12. Okay? So 2 is asking you to do the same thing. I want you to recognize this is a rectangle, so you will have a right angle, and then you will have a hypotenuse of c, which is what you're trying to find, and then you have your legs. Okay, so go ahead and see if you can do that one. I'm going to go on and talk about 3, which is test like and it was on a previous test. So you want to look at those to help you study as well. So underlying key information. So the tree was hit by lightning during a storm, cracked, and fell over. The height of the broken tree is 8 feet from the ground. So the broken part is 8 feet from the ground. The tip of the tree touches 15 feet from the trunk. 15 feet from the trunk. What was the height of the original tree before it broke? So I'm going to circle the question. Make sure we're answering that question. All right, so now I'm going to label the key information. So we have 8 feet from the ground. The broken tree is 8 feet from the ground. That would be over here. This is the broken part. Then it says 15 feet from the trunk. They already gave us that. What is the height of the original tree before it broke? Well, to get the original tree, I need to know this piece here. And that's what we're going to use our Pythagorean theorem again. Well, we know we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we're just going to go ahead and plug that in. So we have 15 squared plus the 8 squared is equal to that x squared, which is our c squared. So we get 225 plus our 64 equals x squared. And we get 289, I believe. Yeah. 289 equals x squared. But then we have to take the square root. Okay. And the square root of 289 is 17. Well, if you look, you're going to say, oh, there it is, see. But go back, always check, you'll see what the question is asking. It says, what is the height of the original the original tree? So the 17 only represents this piece here. So this is part of the tree that we have here. And it's asking, it's saying, well, if I want the original height, I have to take that drawing and take that 17 piece that I have here, sorry, and we are going to add it to the piece that's sticking on the ground. So that means we're basically taking that 17. We know this is that 17, so we're taking that 17, we got to add that 8 to that's in the ground. So our real answer is really A, 25. So you got some hints on number 4. There's your playlist for the first section. If you're ready to go to the next section, just hit the forward arrow. and we will talk about the next set of problems. Thanks.